Yeah.
Welcome everyone. Welcome everyone to the Real Whovians Cast, episode 398. I am your host, Matrix Lord 212. I'm with Elijah. What's up, Elijah?
Hey.
What's up, Tim?
What's up?
Mike D.
Hello.
Very short.
Bonjour, ça va?
Bonjour. Okay, so I'm going to read some spoilery synopsis.
La 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 la.
Nah.
Okay. Deep breath. The TARDIS crashes back down to Earth. No surprise. New doctor is taking into care of his friends, Manifestra, Jenny, Flint, and Strax. But there is also a new terror luring on the streets of Victorian London, a sinister half-faced man who is definitely not local. They actually have episode quotes, which I'm not going to say. Beefhead, would you want to hear what Moffat says on the villain?
No.
No. Okay.
These are the same ones that came out yesterday,
No.
really. I mean,
No, this is actually a little more. Let me just see if it is spoilery. It's not really spoilery. I'm going to read it. Moffat says on the villain, I wanted something quite simple because it's not really about the menace. And I wanted there to be some sort of echo. As a newly regenerated doctor, he's meeting a man who's constantly rebuilding himself and can't really remember why. There's stuff to play with there. You want an opportunity to be creepy and exciting and fun without having to get into too much of a worry about what the monsters are actually planning. Who was that Prisoner Zero anyway? That's what he says. Into the Dalek. It says, in a faraway galaxy, the Doctor encounters his greatest foes once again. But as the Daleks close in on a ragtag group of survivors, has the Doctor found the key to defeating his enemies once and for all? And I'm not going to say anything else on that. Robots are Sherwood. The Doctor offers Clara a chance to go anywhere in space and time. Her choice, Clara asks if she can go to Sherwood Forest in the 12th century and meet Robin Hood. But the Doctor is dismissive of the idea there's no such thing as Robin Hood. He's made up, or is he? I'm not going to read anything on that one. And then listen, which for everybody, don't listen. No. Clara has a date to keep with Danny. So the last thing she needs is the Doctor turning up uninvited, meeting her for a thing. Which isn't really spoilery. That's all I'm going to say on that.
well,
Considering he's got a fucking time machine, it's really not that bad, really.
yeah, apparently there's a theme this season, and this is what Coleman has said in the interviews. I don't think this is a spoiler. Is that she's trying to like keep her relationship with the Doctor private because she's trying to have a relationship with the dude. So
Yeah.
But that wasn't a possibility before. She was getting really close with the other Doctor.
yeah, and now her relationship with the Doctor is different. That's
just
why
like Martha. Just like Martha. Martha wasn't going anywhere, and she left flat out.
Martha so far has had the best exit yet. I mean, as far as her health is concerned, because she hasn't been manipulated. She left on her own terms. Whereas Rose got thrown into an alternate universe, and Donna had her mind wiped, and Amy got sent back to the past. So yeah, Donna left on her own terms. I mean, Martha left on her own terms. So,
which I think they should do that. They should just leave. Why complicate things? Just leave on your own terms.
Yeah.
well, there has to be a reason, a dramatic reason. There has to be a dramatic reason.
There's got to be a bit of tragedy involved.
Well, ask Rose. Why wouldn't you want to be the forever Doctor companion? That's what Rose wanted to be. So did Donna. Donna was like, oh, we're going to do this forever. And she kept getting hints along the way, like, oh, by the way, nah, I don't know you, River Song. I don't know you. So, I mean, yeah.
I like that.
So it's just like, I mean, Donna wants to know how come I'm not with him in the future, because I thought we're mates. We're going to travel forever. you know.
Yeah.
But
That's it.
guess what? Something happened.
Do you know, you wouldn't view Donna as favourably if you didn't think, do you know what I mean? She went on all of this, and the real clincher was that he took all of that away and she couldn't remember any of it and could not remember it.
That's why it's a tragedy.
Afterwards. Yeah.
That's what you call an RTD tragedy, yeah.
That's it. It's the thing with the companions, what you said, do you know what I mean? It's that it affects them, that they're never the same person. You've got to have that tragic aspect. The Doctor isn't always the force of good for the people that he travels with. The people that he visits, he can make their lives better, but the people that travel with him pay a higher price.
Yeah.
But why does it always have to be that way, though? Why can't
It's always been that way.
benefit from leaving the Doctor, like where their life really takes off?
It's always been that way.
You've got to have light and shadow. You've got to have it balanced. That's it.
Yeah, like when Adric, when they had to kick, the TARDIS seemed a little too full for the writers, and they kicked Adric off. What
People
better
should.
way for them? They just blew him up.
Well,
Wow.
I'm sure there's a lot of people that like that he got blown up. But I mean, no, I mean,
Yeah, I know.
because at the end
Some
of the day,
people like violence.
for dramatic license, though, I mean, they do have to find interesting ways to get rid of a companion. I mean, so
Yeah.
I mean, some of them get happy endings, like Joe Grant. She left to get married, and she went and had a wonderful life ahead of her. You know, I mean, you know, away from the Doctor, and it was
That
the Doctor.
episode was traumatic, man. I remember when I was a kid.
Yeah.
That episode.
And then,
wow.
yeah.
You could argue that Rory and Amy's exit was happy because at least they were together.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh,
That was brilliant, because guess what?
Yeah, but,
They had
you saw it, but that's it. Do you know what I mean?
No, it was brilliant because it was sad for the Doctor. They actually got a happy ending. They got sent back to the 40s. I don't know what Rory did. She became like a writer.
Yeah.
I mean, and
in the army, didn't he go in the army?
no. I mean, I don't think so. I never saw anything military about him. But I mean, then you had that coda, that you know, PS, which was really cool.
Yeah.
But
That
that's
was
when
really-
he
that
got-
was
when he
really good.
went to the army this week, like he was in the military.
Their adopted son goes and visits Brian, because you know what, that was just something that got kind of forgotten about. And they should have
Yeah.
filmed that. Really,
They
That would've been
should have.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been brilliant. Well, what they did was brilliant
That was
too.
magic. That was there.
Yeah, I mean, that makes me cry every time I watch it. I don't mind saying that.
Yeah.
It's just that sad.
I'm a bit more manly about it, but yeah, it's very emotional.
What do you got to say, Mike D?
Hello.
Mike D, you hear us?
Yeah, I just sent a message. I was saying Zoom's locking up on me for some reason, so
Oh, okay.
if I drop out, that's why.
Drop out, drop in, yeah.
Drop
Well,
out.
I did that. It's coming through okay right now, so. But anyways, I'm sorry. What was the question?
Do you feel a companion has to have a tragic ending?
No. No. I mean, not necessarily, no. I mean, I think it depends on the circumstance of how they wrote the character.
Yeah.
And where they're going with the character. You know, like, I guess, you know, I mean, when you talk about tragic, I mean, that runs the gamut from, like, getting killed to, like, somebody like, maybe like Tegan comes to mind, where Tegan maybe had her ideal kill, I guess, if you will, of, you know, the whole adventure and running around in time space and having fun and just having this idea and the fun and just being fancy free with traveling with her, and all of a sudden her ideal gets spoiled because of the fact that she's just seen a lot of death. It's stopped being fun, as Tegan said. So
Yeah, exactly. But that's not really tragic. That was her. She pulled a Martha there. She like made her own decision. So you know what? Guess what? I'm out. This isn't cool.
I mean, we got like Sarah Kingdom and Adric who die, and then like we talked about, you have like Donna, you know, like that. She's a tragic companion for other reasons, and
Yeah.
tragic character for other reasons, because even though she left of her own accord, she still was tainted by, you know, a certain degree of her travels with the Doctor and seeing, you know, things maybe that she wouldn't have been privy to if she hadn't met the Doctor, you know, because I kind of took away from it, like when Tegan left, that it almost was a negative experience where it really opened her up to like a lot of the real letdown of what's really out there, what's really bad, and, kind of killed her spirit, sort of.
Right.
Well, I mean,
whereas with Donna, it was the opposite. She actually,
and then you have
she got more potential, and then she's
I mean,
settling for a second best type thing, marrying that fella. Yeah.
Yeah. But with a lotto ticket that she got rich on,
Yes.
thanks to the doctor. So, you know what?
If only we could all be so lucky.
Yeah.
But it needs to be said also, you have characters like Turlo that,
Oh God.
the more he was with the doctor, it made him a better person. And he started out being somebody that was out to get the doctor, even though he was under the influence of
He absolutely sucked. That's a good point.
Well, you know what? The problem was it wasn't the character. It was the producer and the script editor. They didn't know what they were doing really at this point. And that's kind of sad.
Turlo was turning into a good character, though. I mean, I thought he started well with how they chose to utilize him in the story.
I thought the best thing he ever did was bring Perry into the TARDIS. That just was fun.
Well, the problem was that once they got over the fact that he was trying to kill the doctor, they didn't know what to do with him. So he's the guy that sticks around and makes tea or gets locked in a cupboard or is below decks in the tunnels or whatever. They didn't know what to do with him because that's the thing. They always were. Poor Davison, he was always overcrowded. He had too many companions at any given time.
Yeah.
And it's just, it's a shame that, because Davison kept on saying, hey, just make it about me and Nissa. It'll be cool. And they were like, no. Tegan's the cool one. She's the, the bossy Australian. And she is cool. I don't have a problem with Tegan, but, it's just like, really? It sometimes, and then they got it right in his last episode. It's just him and one girl. And he's like, really? Really? You're going to do this to me? You got me and one girl, and now you're kicking me out, or I'm leaving. So,
one girl and two orbs, yeah.
Some of these companions benefited from being with the doctor, though.
That's what we were talking about. Why didn't anybody breaking up?
Sorry, Mike, you're jamming up.
Yeah, who really benefited Beef of the companions? Who really did leaving? Sarah Jane?
Who left in a better place where they were?
Who benefited so much? Just their life was better without it. Nobody, right?
Polly
who she's with now, and
no, some didn't do too bad. Polly and Ben ended up arriving back on Earth in the same day that they left. So good for them. Ian and Barbara got to leave on their own terms.
Yep.
They ended up, and everybody knows they got married, really. So,
Yeah, some people they left for love and everything like that, and if you worked on their own personal journey, they have their own little happy ending.
Jo Grant, she left on her own terms, and she wanted to get married, and go her. I mean, she went down the Amazon and whatnot with her husband.
Well, what happened with Leela in the Invasion of Time? I mean, you have to take it companion by companion and look at Sarah Jane left. And that was tragic to us as the fans. But I mean,
Sarah, that's the thing.
If Turlo had left, if Turlo hadn't left when he left, I mean, he got back together with his a faction of his home planet of Tryon, right?
His brother.
And if he hadn't left when he did, with the Caves of Anderzona story,
Damn it, we're losing you.
I'm sorry,
at that point.
It's either Google or Zoom. It's always got to be one of them.
I think it could be Mike's connection. He is being interfered by a large.
That's why I avoided Google today, so I wouldn't have any problems with the audio. We don't have the same problems. I don't know. That might be.
Well,
what happened to Brian? He just dropped out. Totally.
Yes.
He woke up. We woke him up. He said,
"Yeah, it could be one of his shows." So, what would you rather see for Clara? Would you rather see her having a sort of a nice exit, and she leaves of her own accord, or would you rather have a little bit of?
I want to see a nice exit because it looks dark.
Well, it depends on what they come up with. Because I'm sorry, go ahead.
But it's not going to be a nice exit because it's going to be dark and it's going to be bad.
We don't even know that, though. I mean.
Yeah, but
Do you think
Something nice for her.
we've already set Clara up as a tragic character because obviously she died tragically in the snowman?
Two episodes, but on the other hand, if they killed her off, that'd be anticlimactic because they've already done it. So that's what I mean. And I don't see the show going that route. I mean, that was a perfect Stephen Moffat cheat with Amy and Rory because he actually killed them off, but he gave them their own lifetime. Yeah, he gave them their own life. What we were just saying a few minutes ago, it's actually a happy ending for them because, yeah, they'll no longer see the doctor, but they lived out their lives. And they got to do whatever they did. They just got sent back to the past. And
a complaint that's often been lodged at stuff since the relaunch has been that no one has died as such. There's very little death. I know we have some.
Clara died twice though.
Sorry.
Clara died twice though.
But that was before.
Yeah, I know, but
that was just set of the mystery girl arc. Yeah.
Well, if she dies a third time, there's another Clara. I mean, there's still a million Claras out there.
No, that's wound up.
Oh, but
sorry.
I
was going to say it's a complaint that's been launched since the relaunch. I mean, some people haters are going to hate, and people are always going to pick holes in things or whatever.
Yeah,
but it's often been a complaint that's been lodged since the relaunch that there's no death.
I don't want no death in Clara's exit. I don't want no terrorism, no violence, no wars.
Exactly.
I just want
a family show
peacefully. And you actually see that by her leaving, her life becomes phenomenal.
The only person that you see die in inverted commas is the Doctor, but
I could see.
Regenerates.
Yeah, I mean, I could see Clara leaving as on her own terms, like maybe her and Danny want to start a family or something, and she wants to leave the Doctor. I could see them doing something.
Well, they've
like
already
that.
set it up with the description of the episode that Clara and the Doctor realize that, you know what, they're not cool together because apparently a lot of people die around them or something. But then again, they said she's coming back for Christmas. I'm talking about the descriptions of the episodes that were put up a couple of weeks ago, so I'm not spoiling anything. That's what they said.
Okay.
But she's coming back for Christmas. So, I mean, I don't know where that leaves it.
Well, if you take it back to the start of the relaunch, isn't it, that they say the Doctor's only companion is death wherever he goes. So it's.
I got a question. You stood on Gallifrey and had a relationship with a Gallifreyan guard, right?
What?
Leela.
Oh yeah, well they're not going to bring that back though.
No, wait. So he wasn't the guard can regenerate, right? He wasn't a Time Lord technically, right?
No, he was a Time Lord. His name is Andred.
Okay, so if they had kids, then they would be Time Lord, right?
Well, that story's already been taken over by Big Finish, so I mean they've already addressed that in the Gallifrey series.
But the thing is that couldn't I've heard rumors and stuff about Danny Pink being more than what he is.
Who?
Danny Pink. I've heard rumors, right?
You're talking about the Fob Watch.
Could he be a descendant of Leela?
No, they wouldn't go there.
Why?
Because it would just people in the audience would just say, "Who the fuck is Leela?" Because they don't know.
Exactly.
Time War, Time Lock.
But if it's a Fob Watch,
do you really want to overcrowd things with too many Time Lords?
Yeah, but if it's a Fob Watch, it's the Master because nobody else knows.
Yeah, well, the Master's a little bit of an exception to the rule because he's you've got to have an Alpha and an Omega. You've got to have the Doctor. You've got to have the Master.
I don't know. I don't know Danny Pink. Hopefully he's a good character.
Well, I mean, didn't we already see photos that he actually is gonna? Well, I don't want to spoil anything. I mean, from photos that we saw,
set photos you can't. It's speculation.
He ends up being a Cyberman. He gets converted or something. He's a tragic figure in this series.
Yeah. So
I mean, that's he in other words, I don't think he's going to exist past this season. In fact, I mean, especially also if Jenna Louise is leaving. So
yeah,
he's a one-off.
Well, what is this? All right, if we go by the stupid photos, the same photos showed Amy and Rory's grave for that episode.
Exactly. We don't know what that means yet.
I'm kind of thinking maybe it's showing maybe the Doctor's trying to realize how many companions he's lost over the years. Maybe it's kind of like it's going to be kind of a visual thing, like
Yeah, but they're in different
the
cemeteries.
doctor
They're
seeing
in
it.
New York Cemetery, not in
Yeah.
UK.
We don't know what the arc is, though. There's probably an arc.
Yeah, the location is secondary. The filming location is secondary. It's sort of just.
But why would you bring Amy and Rory into it, even if it's the headstone? That's like stupid.
Well, unless it's like
We don't know the context.
Yeah, the only context that we know is from what we've got from the teaser trailer, which is, I've been around for umpteen years and I've made a lot of mistakes. It's time I corrected it. And this is, you're going to have that underlying theme, I presume, within the season. Through certain episodes. Not through everyone, but through certain episodes.
What is your take on, do you think that the series is going to be too dark?
Too hard or too hard?
Too dark.
Too dark? Oh, hell no. No. I think you'll have underlying themes, but you're going to have, from what we've seen of set reports and everything like that, and I don't think that's spoilerific. Robots of Sherwood. We've had singular. We've had the Doctor, vying with Robin Hood with a spork. How can you say that's dark? We're going to have a hell of a good balance, and I think
Comedy.
There's going to be comedy where we don't expect it. It's going to be dry. There'll be dry comedy, but not necessarily slapstick. Matt Smith was more slapstick.
So we're going to go from dark to good moments to the end will be kind of bleak or maybe kind of weird, because, like you said, the finale, the pictures.
The thing is, we don't know, because just yesterday we learned that there's probably a Dr. Light episode. I wasn't aware of that until they were talking about it in those descriptions. But apparently at one point, Clara gets fed up and says, "You know what? This isn't cool anymore." So she leaves, and she has her own episode. And then apparently there's a Companion Light episode after that. So they're doing the same thing they did back in
so maybe that's 4. How they made up this time while they're filming the Clara.
Season 4.
But maybe that's how they made up the time while they were filming the Clara episode without the Doctor.
Exactly. Well,
Somebody else was filming the Companion Less episode at the same time.
They have at least 2 units going on.
Not being funny, Turn Left with Donna was a absolutely fantastic
phenomenal episode, and he's only in it with his at the end, well, except for his hand.
I just watched that one today on the BBC America special.
Wonderful episode.
It is.
I mean, that's my point. Is I'm surprised that they're still going that route, but I'm guessing that's why we got 12 episodes in the can in 8 months, because 2012. I mean,
Doctor Light, Companion Light. That's the way to go. Maybe.
I'm not really saying they should go that way. I think that's a cheat. I think that they shouldn't have to go that route. I mean, they should be able to produce it. But on the other hand, we were worried, back in November, December, thinking, how are they going to pull this off?
Right.
They didn't do it for the past couple of years, and yet they did it. They pulled it off, and then they went on tour and celebrated it. They're all like, "Hey, look how cool we look."
and the other thing we've had today, which is going to be plus news, we're going to have an extra 2 hours across the whole season.
Well,
now you're talking about that's the spec that's confidential.
You're talking about those. Well, they did that last year, Tim.
Extras.
Yeah, well, it's not going to be confidential, but you're going to have 10 minutes.
They did that last year, actually.
Yeah.
With 5 to 10 minute, like behind the scenes kind of thingies. They did that, and it's on the DVD for season 7. But I think it's just weird that BBC, makes them do that. Whereas, years ago, that confidential was its own thing. Yeah. And they should have just let that continue. I don't know why. They said, okay, Stephen Moffat, if you want to make your own little behind the scenes thingy, then go ahead.
Right. That's fine, because he is.
Well, he is, but maybe that's why we lost an episode.
Yeah, this is being produced by BBC Wales.
I don't believe that at all. We lost an episode because of that.
I don't see it that way either. Honestly, I'm happy.
I'm not going to rag on it. He said, "Look, I've got 12 episodes. I'm going to push for 13." We didn't get it, so
we're not getting 14. We're getting 13.
Sorry, yeah.
13 with Christmas. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what? It's all fair. On the other hand, there's so many BBC programs that run for 10 episodes or 6
Why can't we
episodes.
get that episode back?
So
Why can't they use that as like a 10th anniversary?
You don't look at it that way, bro. It all comes from the license fee.
Yeah, but look at how they didn't have a whole season because the Olympics. Why can't we just get that money back?
Because it doesn't work that way.
It doesn't work like that, yes.
It's not like because they were taking from Doctor Who to give to somebody else. They just said, you know what? Since next year's 50th anniversary, you know what? We're going to be sneaky and just do a half season this year and do a half season next year and then come up right up on the 50th. And that's what they did.
Sadly, the BBC works on an antiquated charter that was drafted up many.
It would be better if they went commercial, wouldn't it? But there's too many hands in the pot, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's part of the British way of things.
But what I would say is that, like I say, we're having these extra 10 minutes for every episode. If this proves to be successful, Moffat says he wants to do more stuff that's going to be, mini episodic and everything like that.
Yeah.
If this proves to be successful enough, it's going to be put up on the Red Button channel straight after every episode, so you're going to be able to watch it straight away afterwards. It's being produced by BBC Wales, so if it works,
right,
it could bode well for the future, man.
In other words, they're embracing the web content aspect of it, which, has been very successful the past few years because we all love it. I mean, we get a mini-sode or a prequel on the web, and we're like, wow, this is cool. Can't wait to see the episode, which is, it's true. That's where we're going with this. It's just like, we were saying this earlier on a different show, but like, look at BBC Three. They're going total web because they know that's where everybody is.
Right.
And so, they get criticized for, dropping the channel, trying to save money, but at the end of the day, it might mean money for other programs.
Elisha, what do you have to say? Anything on it?
Well, I'd have to say with this season, I'm kind of glad that they kind of have I'm pretty sure they're gonna have a good mix between darker episodes and some calmer episodes. I'm pretty sure they're gonna have a good collaboration of both. I just think it's gonna be probably one of the best seasons we've had so far.
I agree.
What about minisodes? What do you think we will see? Minisodes?
I think we will be getting some more minisodes, especially because of the prequel they're doing for cinemas. But I'm pretty sure that's gonna be the new norm. Is minisodes in between seasons or episodes, or maybe more Paul McGann minisode.
No River?
Possibly. Anything's possible.
What about you, Beef? River song? Yay? Nay? Or time one?
I know how much you want a River one. I don't want to burst any bubbles.
Don't cause any ripples in the pod there.
Yeah.
Or melodies or whatever. All right. Tim?
We don't know about River at this point. The way the last time we saw her, that might have been a good way to leave it in the rear view. On the other hand, Capaldi may be her doctor, maybe not this season, but next. We'll have to see how this plays out. Because Stephen Moffat really does play the long game. He really does. We saw this happen over the last 3 years. And that's why people get upset, because they're like, I don't understand this. It doesn't make sense. Why is TARDIS blow up? Well, guess what? It's going to be spelled out later. It's all, Matt Smith's whole show, his whole, 3+ years, were all timey-wimey. And so if you go watch it back, maybe if you watch them in a different order, you might get things differently. But you know what I'm saying? It's just like, I love it. I think it's great. So,
It's her.
And I can't wait for Capaldi. He's brilliant. I already know. So 3 days. And this is going to be our live reporter in the field, Mr. Tim Keep here. He's going to be reporting from London.
Have you figured out what question?
Asking questions.
Sorry?
Have you figured out what question it is?
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's been a real sort of trial to work out what I'm going to put, what the question was.
Okay. Well, I'm just going to say this. I'm just going to say this out there that there is a possibility, announcement for the Whovians cast, that someone's going to challenge me to the ice challenge, in case you didn't hear about it. And if I get
the ice bucket challenge.
yes, And if I get,
I still don't know what that is. You know how to explain it?
I'm going to pick 3 people from my show that's going to have to do challenge. It's going to be fun.
As long as it's in a glass with something added to it, that's fine with me.
Yeah, I still don't understand it. You're wasting clean water to raise money for charity.
Yes, exactly. It's timey-wimey. It is. John Barrowman did that. He did it, and he challenged David Tennant. But I don't know if he
He did indeed.
He did David Tennant?
No, he did challenge David Tennant. Whether he's replied yet, I'm yet to see.
But I think you got to know the person. Like, I can't challenge often or anything because then it wouldn't make sense. They don't know who I am. It's got to be somebody you're connected to. Like, I can nominate you, B-Fed, and Tim for the Ice Challenge. And someone else.
Hey, I'll do anything, yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. We'll have to see what happens on the weekend. But, all right, guys. So,
things get crazy on Saturday.
Think up your question really good to ask.
It's going to be really fun for the next 12 weeks. I mean, it's going to be a great time having podcasts and chilling and talking about how cool Doctor Who is. We all missed this. We got a couple of teasers, last year, and that's it.
One of the highlights of our time.
Let's go get
so many new members, too. So many new members. Can't even contain it. We got a lot. I think I 121, but not at all once, because some people are still coming back. Like Ronnie's coming back soon, probably a couple of weeks, and others, because now the Doctor Who's coming on. People took some time off, so it's going to be really, really exciting. Very happy. All right, guys. So, Elijah, thank you for joining us. Tim, B-Fed. That's it. Take care. Bye for now.